Good morning, Bobcat fans. Bob Britt, Bobcat Outdoors here. I am doing a bait vacuum sealing video. SkipJack are only available here in East Tennessee certain times of the year. Then they get real scarce. They're always in the water, but they come up in the spring to spawn below the dam. So we take advantage of the SkipJack that come up and store as many as we can so that we have frozen skipjack throughout the year. Follow along as I demonstrate how I like to store my skipjack. All right, first off, we're going to get everything ready. I like this particular vacuum sealer because, well, it's one I've had for a very long time. It does the job. I buy the rolls of vacuum bags off of Amazon, buy them in bulk. I like to use a cardboard tray. This is just a empty yogurt box container that's about the same height as the vacuum sealer, and you'll see why here in a minute. One thing you want to make sure you have plenty of is paper towels or some old shop rags, something to dry the skipjack off with, because they get quite slimy, and you got to get some of that slime off of them before you can vacuum seal them. Also, vinyl gloves. I like to use vinyl gloves just to keep some of the slime off my hands. So get yourself a box of latex-free vinyl gloves if you're allergic to latex. If you're not, go right ahead. I like to have a couple various size big serving pans available to put the skipjack in as I take them out of the cooler. Caught these last night. As you can see, they are fully immersed in ice. Still very much fresh. So we're going to dig through this ice, and that's another reason I like wearing gloves, is it keeps your hand from going numb while you're cleaning them. And these are some monster size skipjacks. I mean, they are absolutely just huge. You get a whole lot of slime in your vacuum bags while you're vacuum sealing these guys. It makes it not want to seal properly. We'll start with those right there. And I'm gonna bring this pan over to the table and demonstrate how I like to prepare these guys, to preserve them, seal them. These are some massive size skipjacks. So what I like to do is just kind of put one up here and one of the larger ones up here, and see, how far out I need to bring the bag. So in order to seal, you need about 4 inches past the skipjack. So that's about how much I'm going to need. So I pull that much off, and I pull the bag down. And then this particular sealer has options for sealing. It has 3 different options. It has off, or dry, moist, and double. I like to put it on double, and then I like to change the pressure to gentle, so you're not sucking all the blood and everything out of your skipjack. You don't want to put too much of a suction on there and pull all the juices out of there, because you want those juices to remain inside. But anyways, once you get all that set up, we're going to do a manual seal on our bag. And while that's sealing up one end of the bag, because these bags are open on both ends, I'm going to simply open the bag up with my hand and take my big old giant skipjack and put him in the bag. Now remember, the bag is sealing while I'm doing this, so I don't want to jostle it around too much. And then I'll take one and put it in head first, and then I'll take the second and flip him over and put him in like that. Now I may be able to get 3 in there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try to get 3. Yeah, we can barely get 3 in there. But then once I get my skipjack in the bag, you see that it's ready, so I can go ahead and pop this up. When it goes to 0, it tells me that that bag is sealed. I like to take a strip of paper towel like that and fold it in half. And the reason I do that is to act like a moisture barrier, and I'll slide that in the bag kind of on top of the SkipJack. And what happens when that seals up, that'll help absorb some of that slime or blood. So then I just take the whole package and I spin the whole box around so I'm not disturbing the SkipJack too much. And then I'll put my bag in there. You see there's a little bit of slime right there. If I wanted to, I could reach inside the bag and dry that up. And it's probably not a bad idea to get that off the bag so that it seals well. But put the lip underneath there and then close it down, straighten the bag out, and we're going to do a vac and seal this time. And you'll see it start drawing the air out of the bag. And you'll also see when it starts sucking it down, you'll see that this paper towel will start drawing moisture up from the SkipJack. So she's sucking down now. And there she goes. And you see all this moisture will start to get drawn up and caught. You see this moisture starting to draw up and get caught by the paper towel, which acts like a moisture barrier to keep some of that slime and blood and fish juices from interfering with our seal. That's the most important thing, is you don't want the slime and the blood and the water to interfere with the sealing properly. It takes about 10 seconds to seal it. Once that heat strip down there gets good and warm, it'll seal a little faster, but this is kind of telling your progress. And when it's done, it'll release the seal and the light will go off. So there we have it. We got a nice double seal, and we have our SkipJacks all sucked down and ready to put in the freezer. Then I like to bring them over here and put them in my bait freezer. I've already got quite a few in here. I'm gonna have to make some room. I like to stand them up, but I've got a mess here. It takes a little longer to do this triple seal or double seal than it does just a regular seal, but I recommend with wet things like these SkipJack that you do that double seal. And you can see, if I hold it up to the light, you can see that double seal right there and checked and everything looks good. So these are ready to go in the cooler. Now guys, sometimes when these SkipJack are really big, I use a pair of pruning shears and cut these tail off. I won't cut into the flesh, I just cut into the tail. That gives me about 2 extra inches of room in the bag, because these are some big SkipJack. So if you want to save yourself some bag material and be a cheapskate like I am, go ahead and trim them tails off. Just don't cut into the flesh. Just don't cut into the flesh, because you don't want them bleeding out. Also save your room in your freezer. And I am running out of room in my freezer for sure. Just slide the box back up to the sealer, straighten the bag out, close it, vac and seal. About 10 seconds, she'll be good to go. Said you save yourself a lot of money by buying these bags on Amazon. But if you get in a pinch and you find yourself that you run out of bags and you ain't got time to wait to order them, you can buy them at Walmart, Academy Sports, Dick's Sporting Goods. We'll sell these bags for storing game. That's all there is to it, guys. That's a full cooler. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Remember, guys, if you want to be a successful catfisherman, you need good bait. Fresh bait is always best, but like I said at the beginning of this video, there's times of the year where fresh bait is difficult to come by. So I personally catch and store this SkipJack so that those times of the year when SkipJack are hard to find, we have a backup. In the state of Tennessee, you can catch 100 per person per day, but you can only have 200 in your possession, period. And that includes in your freezer at home. So just remember, don't go catching 400 or 500 skipjack. If you're not a dealer, you can't have more than 200 in your possession. So, you know, remember, follow the law. And there is not over 200 skipjack in that freezer, I assure you. There's probably more like 50 or 60 in there. Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all watching this video, and have a blessed day.